How to debug in C#. We are going to learn about how to debug code in C#. We will see what is debugging and how to debug the code. So these are the things we are going to learn from this video. What is debugging? What is a breakpoint? How to set up a breakpoint. So first of all, what is debugging? Debugging is a process to go through the execution of the code at runtime and evaluate whether the written code is working as expected. It is really helpful when you are unable to find out why your code is not working as per your logic. Debugging helps you to go through line by line execution of the code. So to start with debugging, we have to understand what is a breakpoint. The breakpoint are the locations in the line of code from where we want to break the execution and start debugging. When we set up a breakpoint at runtime, the code stops at the execution of that particular line of code, and from that point you can execute each line of a code one by one. So I have created a simple console application. So I have a static void main method, and as you know, in console application, static void main is the entry point. So for debugging, first we have to set a breakpoint. Suppose for this particular line, I want to set a breakpoint. So just in front of this here, set up a breakpoint. This red dot, so this is a breakpoint. If I click, see the breakpoint get removed. Again I click and it set up a breakpoint here. Now I am going to run the application. To run the application, click on this button. And also you notice that the breakpoint get hit here when the execution reaches this particular line. At this particular point, you check the value as well. Now let's see how we do line by line execution. We have these three icons: step out, step over, step into. So these three icons we can use for the purpose of debugging. Out of this icon, this is step over. F10 is the key access of step over. And this step over move this yellow line into next line of code. If I press here, you can notice the yellow line move to the next line of code. Again, if I click here, it moves to the next line of code. Okay. This is called step over, line by line execution of the code. Now, what is the next icon? That is step into. In step into, you can also do by pressing F11. Step into, when you press, it will take you inside that particular method. If I click F11, it takes me inside that particular method. If any other method written here inside that, if I click F11, again it go inside that particular method. And if I click F10, that means it will only go line by line execution. If I want to come out from this execution, you have to click step out. To complete this execution, you have to again click on continue. So I receive the desired output. These are some of the important steps about debugging. And with this, we come to end of the topic. Happy learning.